The Panthers defense ready to go and in good form coming off the shutout a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man at linebacker.
And he was at it again last week, adding to his season sack total. He's the NFL leader in that category, and he's just become almost impossible to block on a regular basis.
Down.
To the air right away, Mariota. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So a tough early challenge here. Second and long after the sack. Crowder in motion here right. To throw Mariota. Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to him.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script together on this one, and their script said put the quarterback down and do it fast.
Okay,
and I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long.
Here we go. Here we go. Black swap. Switch. Yellow.
Here's Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. DJ Waddle. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up fourth down. CD, there are 3 and outs, and then there are 3 and outs. The first drive of the game, not 1, not 2, but 3 straight sacks.
You're exactly right about that, and sometimes you hold up those 3 fingers as defenders to signify the 3 and out.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Nothing on the scoreboard for either side here. 0-0 in the opening quarter as this next drive gets underway.
Ready. Ready.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well. And that's what they did in their last game.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. You look at this Carolina defense. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that'll bring up fourth down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They'll have to defend the short field here as this drive begins with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. So, Charles, I mean, this is just becoming an exhibition now on how to rush the passer.
Yeah, and I can't help but laugh a little bit because I'm enjoying what we're watching. This is coming from a guy who was in college just a year ago, and we keep harping on their evaluation. They saw not just a guy who could rush the passer, but could rush the passer well, and that's why they took him as high as they did.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this
Here we
afternoon.
go. Set.
Draw play. It's Eckler. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. So 4 sacks in the game. Charles, I don't know. Should we think about maybe bypassing Rookie of the Year and just jump straight to Defensive Player of the Year for him?
Oh, I like the whimsical tone in your voice on that one, because what we're seeing right now,
the Carolina defense set to go to work here. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a 1st down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Now Mariota. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Hut.
Now Mariota. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the 1st half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Here we go. Yellow, lining, opposite.
Mariota
green.
from the gun on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've had the upper hand so far in this 1st half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down.
Okay, ready? Ready.
From the gun, Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the
Come on,
30-yard line.
Set.
Mariota now. On the screen, this is Eckler. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Ready.
Throwing, Mariota. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've been the dominant side so far, working with a 2-score lead here in this third quarter as this next drive gets underway.
Here we go. Set, hut.
Play action now. Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Set, set, hut, hut.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having, because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Got it. Set, ready. Ready.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've forced 3 turnovers in this one so far. That's been one of the big differences in the ball game as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Ready. Let's go now. Set.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Brings up 2nd and
43 rail. Set. Hut.
Mariota. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go. Set, hut.
Throwing is Mariota. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've pitched the shutout here into the 4th quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
10 cycles. Down. Hut, hut.
To throw is Mariota.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Drill, 52. Set, hut. Ready?
Mariota to throw it. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Get.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. That's into the hands of Eckler. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
Ready,
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Mariota. In trouble, and he's taken down.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready?
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Panthers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.